What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. It's going to be me talking to the camera, sitting in a random place as usual. So this is going to be a video going over the system that has made me $1.5 million as a 20-year-old, and let's go on and talk about it. So for me, the number one thing that made me a profitable day trader and made me a successful person in general is a routine. Okay. Now, some of you guys may have a routine, some of you guys may not. Now, let's think about it logically. Okay. How would you possibly be able to get anything done if you didn't have an expected outcome, right? If you didn't have an expected outcome, okay. Now, obviously, you don't have a guaranteed outcome. You don't have a guaranteed end goal, right? But you do have steps that can be guaranteed and a planned step that can get you to that outcome, if you think about it like this, right? So a routine is essentially planned steps that get you to a outcome, right? Now, the outcome is never guaranteed, but the steps that you take can be guaranteed if you do the same exact thing every single day. So let's not focus on the outcome. Let's focus on the routine and the steps, and then we'll get to the outcome in the end. Too many people focus a lot on the middle and on the end more than they focus on the actual steps that it takes to get there. So think about it like this. If you're not a disciplined person, if you're not someone that does the same exact thing every single day, you have no chance of getting to your goals. You have literally zero chance. And I promise you this because when I didn't have a routine, when I was a broke-ass, stupid person, right? When I was in high school, when I was playing soccer and I was going to the gym and I wasn't super focused on like one task, right? I used to play soccer. Let's give you a little backstory, okay? I used to play soccer back in high school and when I was in middle school and elementary school, okay? So when I was playing soccer, elementary school, middle school, I was super passionate about soccer. I was super passionate about becoming pro. I put a lot of time and effort into camps, into scouting events, into practicing on my own, into practicing with the team, into watching game film, watching live games, all that stuff. I put so much time and effort and energy into those things. And then once I got to high school, I was like, okay, cool. I don't really know if I want to be a skinny soccer player anymore. I want to get a little bit bigger. I want to get jacked. I got into the gym. I started watching bodybuilding content on YouTube, and I, started to get a little bit bigger, get a little bit, slower because I was gaining muscle over time, and I was about like 160 pounds as a 5'7" freshman, right? So that, or maybe as a sophomore, right? Over time, I was gaining muscle, but I was getting a little bit slower, and I was also trying to play soccer at the same time, right? So I had two different things that I was putting energy into, right? Soccer and then the gym. Those two things, if you're an athlete, as you know, majority of you guys, if you're not training for explosive movements, you're not going to be an explosive person, right? It's the same exact thing with life and money and trading, everything, right? So I was training as a soccer player, or I was playing soccer as a soccer player, and I was training as a bodybuilder, right? I was doing push-pull legs, I was doing a bro split, I was doing whatever it was. I was doing stagnant curls. Those are not things that, curls, leg press, what else? Bench press. I was doing shoulder, lateral raises. Those are not things that make you a good soccer player, okay? Those are not things that make you a good soccer player. Single leg movements, right? Band work, box jumps. Those are things that make you a good explosive athlete, okay? So I was doing the wrong preparation for the task that I wanted to accomplish, right? And at the same time, I was doing different things every single week, right? So some days I was training soccer, some days I was training in the gym. And here's the entire point of this entire little story that I told here. I was training and preparing for the wrong thing, right? I wanted to be a pro soccer player. That was my goal at the time. And I was training like a bodybuilder and half of a soccer player, right? I wasn't putting 100% energy into the routine, right? Think about that. The routine that was going to get me to the end goal, which is to be a professional soccer player. And a lot of you guys are doing the same thing in your trading and in your life, right? For me, and I'm going to go over exactly what I've created to negate this problem that a lot of you guys have, and I'm going to help you implement it over time, okay? Now, I created a routine for myself, right? A routine for myself that allowed me to be disciplined, that incorporates all my goals and helps keep me steady, on pace, building momentum. Think about that word momentum as time goes on. Building momentum towards my goal, right? When the same exact goal is in mind every single day and you take the same exact action steps that are moving the needle further and further and further towards the goal, right? Then you are going to be able to accomplish that goal a lot more, easily versus if you were just like, okay, I want to be a profitable trader, but today I have to go to my job, so I can't look at the charts, and I'm gonna wake up at this time because this is when my shift is, and maybe I don't have time to get on the charts today, and live and trade or back test. I kind of have to do this because this is my job, right? No, every single day you do the exact same things, obviously, and it's not like, oh, you can't have a job, but you have to have the same exact routine every single day to get you to the goal that you want to get to, right? Profitable day trader. Okay. So let me lay out my routine for you guys that I have built myself that has allowed me now to be a disciplined person, right? And also someone who is able to become a profitable day trader long term, okay? Because here's another thing. I'm going to keep edging this routine, okay? Last thing. People who are successful, right? Let's think about this story. I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys another example. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the videos. I go fucking on random tangents all the time, but it's all going to lead up to the end goal, okay? So buckle in. Think about this. You have two different people, right? One person is a unprofitable day trader. They work a 9-to-5 job. They went through college, maybe, let's say. They went through the traditional path, and they're an unprofitable day trader, okay? Then you have person number two, also an unprofitable day trader, someone who has been successful in other business models in the past, has been an entrepreneur for their entire life, but has no trading knowledge whatsoever, right? Both of these people have one thing in common, and it's the fact that they have no trading knowledge, right? Now the goal is to become a profitable trader. So both of these people are technically in the same exact spot, right? This person who has a business and has been an entrepreneur in other fields has the same exact amount of money as this person, okay? Let's say they both have $1,000, right? But here's the main difference that separates these two people, right? It's not experience, it's not money, it's their discipline and their routine that they have. Person A, right, who is a college student in the past and now works a 9-to-5 job, is used to waking up every single day, clocking into a shift, and then boom, whenever their shift is, that's when they wake up, aligning with their shift, and then they go in and they do their work, and then maybe when they come home, they maybe have time to do day trading, okay? Now, person number two, they also have things that they need to do during the day. That doesn't, change. That both people have the same exact amount of hours in a day that are free time for them to get done the tasks that they need to get done to make them a profitable day trader, okay? But person number two has a routine where they wake up at the same time, they eat the same thing, they take the same exact walk, let's say for example, right? They, are reading, they're meditating, they're walking, they're in shape, they do the same exact thing every single day, right? Now I'm gonna get into my routine in a second here, but person number two, person B, has a routine and has been successful in another business model before, most likely because of this routine, because of the type of person that they are. They're regimented in their process to get to their goal, which is exactly the trait of a successful person. Now, this routine that I'm talking about that I've been edging for you guys for so long, I got a fucking Apple Watch today as well, guys, so that's cool. It's buzzing off the chain right now, I'm not sure why, but here is the routine that I've built for myself, okay? This routine is meant to build consistency, preparation, and at the same time, it's also meant to align me with my end goal that I have, or my end goals that I have, okay? So this is my routine. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. It's the first time I've ever talked about it, okay? And explain the entire routine. Now, this routine is the BMP, M as in man. So BMP. What does it stand for? It stands for the Botha, that's me, obviously, Botha Momentum Protocol. Okay, momentum is you are building momentum, like I said before, towards your goals, right? So what is this routine exactly? It's very simple, it's very easy, it's exactly how I got to where I am today. It's not my model, it's not my strategy, it's not anything like that. It's the fact that I have a routine and I'm regimented in my goals and I'm able to do the same exact things every single day to get to my goals, okay? So here's the routine. Every single day, I wake up at 7 a.m., which is an hour and a half before market open, okay? Now, you don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. Dude, I'm gonna take this off. This is absolutely buzzing off the chain. How can I set this on D&D? Hey, Siri. Put my Apple Watch on D&D, bitch. That was not helpful, bitch. Dude, I can't stand this thing. All right, I'm taking the Apple Watch off. It tracks my steps. I have 10,000 steps today. Good. Okay, so, right, wake up every day, 7 a.m. You don't have to wake up every day at 7 a.m., but what you do have to do is you have to wake up an hour and a half before market open. That's the part of the routine. That's step number one of the routine. What is the reason for step number one? Okay, I'm gonna go into each step, right, as I explain this routine. I'm gonna go into each step and I'm gonna explain why that step is there and how it helps you build momentum towards your goal, right? That routine is gonna build momentum towards your goal so you can become successful and accomplish that goal. Okay, so step number one, 7 a.m. Why 7 a.m.? One, it's an hour and a half before market open. An hour and a half before market open gives me, personally, enough time to be able to wake up, feel awake, get a meal in, and also prepare everything that I need to prepare for my live trading community. Okay, so every single day inside my live trading community, I release a daily bias video. This is something that I implemented within the last week. I implement a daily bias video. So every single morning before market open, instead of waiting, okay, right at market open, what's your bias? I send out a video 20 minutes before market open, like 15, 20 minutes before market open. It's a 2-minute video of me just saying, hey, this is what I'm looking for the day. Boom, see you guys in 15 minutes for market open. And then that's when I go live. And then everyone in the Discord watches the video and then they know my daily bias right before, okay? So a few different reasons why. One, it helps me become prepared for the morning, right? I'm awake, I'm aware, I'm alert. I'm like actually waking up. I don't have crust in my eyes. I'm not just like, oh, at the chart, right? I used to do things like that in the past. When I was unprofitable, I used to wake up 5 minutes before market open and it would not help me whatsoever, okay? So, and even in times where I wasn't as locked in with my routine, right? I would wake up even as a profitable day trader, right before market open, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before, right? And everyone has those occasions where they wake up before, during market open. They wake up in the middle of, the session. It's like, oh, fuck, well, now I feel like a real jackass. But, right, it's allowed me to become prepared before market open, okay? So, hour and a half before market open. Another thing as well is it helps me feel appreciative for the morning. Sometimes there's like that feeling, I know some of you guys out there probably feel the same as me. Comment down below if you do feel the same as me. But like when you wake up in the morning and you just feel appreciative for the morning, you just feel good, you just feel happy, like, you know what, I'm up. Sometimes it feels like you're up before everybody else, so it kind of gives you that drive to be like, I got a head start on the day. I'm up before everybody else. I don't have anything that I need to do right in this moment, so I'm like, boom, I'm ready, I'm prepared, I'm locked in, I'm up before everyone else, I have an advantage, and I feel appreciative because I look outside, I look at my windows, I've been very blessed with an amazing view, and I look outside my windows and it's like, wow, nice little haze in the sunset, all the buildings, the skyline looks beautiful, and it's like, okay, cool, now I'm gonna drink my water. This is the second part of this routine. And I'm gonna be appreciative for the morning. It's gonna help me make a bunch of money. So, boom, that's step one. Wake up an hour and a half before market open. For me, that's 7 a.m. Central Time. And there we go. Step number 2. I go to the kitchen, first thing, right? I take my phone, right? Turn off my alarm, on face down, like this. Boom, alarm, face down like that. Because I know that if I get caught in my phone for even 2 seconds, I'm going to scroll on Instagram, I'm gonna check my Snapchat, I'm gonna check my TikTok, I'm gonna check all my notifications, I'm gonna check my email, I'm gonna see if I have any texts from overnight. All of that stuff is going to make me distracted, and it's not gonna align me with my purpose the second I wake up, which is another part of this routine that I'll explain. Every single part of this routine, you guys will kind of realize, has a purpose, okay? Every single part of this routine is meant for a reason, is there for a reason to get you to the end goal, okay? So, boom, put my phone down, then I go into the kitchen. Step number 2, I fill up my cup of water with 25 ounces of water, okay? A few different reasons for this. 1, water right after you wake up. It's good because you're dehydrated after sleeping for 8 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever it is, okay? For me, I usually get around like 6 hours of sleep every single night. I go to bed around 1, wake up at 7. That's enough for me. Some days I'll sleep more, right, if I go to bed sooner because I'm tired. I'm really working on my sleep schedule. That's the biggest part of this routine that's going to help you stay locked in, because think about it like this. If you wake up in the morning and you wake up the same exact time every single day and you get the same amount of sleep every single day, right, the bedtime part is just an added step to the routine that you can add if you feel you need it. But for me, the wake up is perfect because I know exactly what time I'm waking up. I know that I have this amount of time before I have anything I need to do, which is around like 8:15 in the morning, an hour and 15 minutes. And then that allows me to just be prepared, okay? So personally for me, 6 hours of sleep is enough, right? And then you guys can decide obviously what you need, but I recommend an hour and a half before market open just to get everything done that you need to do, okay? Then I go in the kitchen, 25 ounces of water. Reason I do 25 ounces of water is because my personal goal every single day is to drink 100 ounces of water, just slightly under a gallon. A gallon of water is like 128 ounces, I believe. And so for me personally, 100 ounces of water, I feel hydrated, I feel good, and I'm able to go through my day. And I also have things like energy drinks, diet sodas, things like that. They are not hydrating you, but it's still liquid and it still technically hydrates you, right? Because it's 0 sugar and it's liquid, right? It's water-based products, okay? So I drink about 100 ounces of actual water, and then I drink, whatever else in diet sodas and energy drinks and things like that, right? With a carbonated water base. So that for me helps me feel good. I feel locked in. I'm able to still enjoy my life, right? Have energy drinks, things like that without like punishing myself. And then also at the same time, that's 25% of my water throughout the entire day. So I wake up and I immediately get done 25% of my water that I need for the entire day. It's 7:05, 7:10 a.m. And now until 12 at night, 1 at night when I go to sleep, I have 25% of my water. So now I have a bunch of time to get caught up in my water, be hydrated, go throughout my day. Also, chemically for your brain, it's really good to be hydrated right when you wake up. Helps you out a lot. So, boom. that is number 2 reason. Also with my water, I'll have my supplements. Not everybody takes supplements, but for me personally, I take supplements right now. I take creatine and clomiphene, Tongkat Ali, what's the other one? I gotta remember it. I don't know right now. Multivitamin, and I take, what else? I believe that's it right now. I don't take any peptides as of right now. I will at some point in the future, and then I'll just take those usually right before the gym anyway, so it doesn't have anything to do with this routine, okay? So first step is wake up 7 a.m., hour and a half before market open. Step 2, 25 ounces of water. And then step 3 is I go back to my room, right, after I've written out my, or after I've drank my water, right, had my supplements, then boom. Step 3 is I sit down with my journal in front of me, and I write out 3 things that I'm grateful for, and I write out 3 goals that I have. Okay, 3 goals that I have that I'm going to achieve, right? And I write them in a certain format that helps me achieve them, okay? So for me, the reason I write the 3 things I'm grateful for is because every single person on earth has something that they're grateful for or something that they can be grateful for. If you are even capable of writing in a notebook, you have something to be grateful for. You have a hand or an arm or whatever it is that allows you to be able to pick up a pen and write down something that you are consciously grateful for. Another thing that's cool about this is that if I'm not on my phone, okay, if I'm not on my phone and I'm writing down things I'm grateful for, the immediate first thing that I've done for myself for the day is remind myself something I'm grateful for. I could have opened my phone to Snapchat and seen, I don't know, someone saying fuck you or someone saying, oh, this happened, right? There can be a bunch of stressful things inside our phone right when we wake up. And you know that feeling, right? When you wake up, you know, your girlfriend's arguing with you, or you look at your Instagram, and for me personally, one time I woke up, my Instagram's fucking banned, so like, you don't wanna start the day off with that, okay? Now, you obviously don't let those things affect you, but regardless, just keeping it out of reach for the first 30 minutes to an hour of the day is really, really helpful, and it helps me a lot just with my overall demeanor, waking up and just getting on the charts, trying to make money first thing in the morning, right? So for me, boom, wake up 7 a.m., 25 ounces of water, 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 goals, okay? 3 goals, that just helps you align with what you want for the future, okay? So for me personally, right, for you guys it might be, I wanna become a profitable trader. I want to, and set times on this as well. I will become a profitable trader in 2026. I will become the first person in my family to have $1 million, whatever it would be, in 2026 or by 2027, whatever it is. For me, the reason why I write these things out in the I will format is because it makes it so much more tangible in your subconscious to do, right? If I actively am writing out on a piece of paper, I will, then it's way more likely to happen versus I want to, I might, I'm gonna. No, I will. I am and I will statements are super, super powerful for your subconscious, and they're gonna help you achieve your goals 10 times faster. So write out I will or I am. Let's say, for example, I am a profitable day trader, right? That's another good way you could write it out. I am a profitable day trader. Even if it's not true in this current moment, writing out the I am statement makes it a lot more possible to achieve, okay? So for me, the goals that I wrote down is I will make 500K in a month during 2026. That's a big goal of mine. $500,000 month would be awesome. My best month ever was about 200-something thousand. That was in January of this year, so I'm very blessed to be able to say I've achieved that at 20 years old. My biggest goal right now is 500K month in 2026. My second goal is I don't want to say the second goal. It's gonna spoil it for a family member who's watching this, so I'm not gonna say that one. But number 3 is I will become a liquid millionaire in 2026 as well. Now, liquid millionaire not meaning net worth, right, with my assets or my business or whatever it is. It's going to be literally like I have $1 million liquid that at any time I can just pull out, boom, and I can show you it on the table, right, in cashier's checks or in bank statements or whatever it is. I will become a liquid millionaire in 2026. That's one of my biggest goals that I've set for myself this year, and I am going to achieve it. So that's why I write it down every single day, okay? So you've written 3 things you're grateful for, and boom, 3 goals that you've set for yourself, okay? That's step number 3. It's super simple and super easy to remember, right? Step 3 is write 3 and 3. Boom. And then step 4, right, is you are going to cook yourself. You are going to go back into the kitchen now, and you are going to cook yourself a meal with 30 grams of protein or more, okay? For me, I like to have around 50 grams of protein in the morning. Personally, what I usually like to do is some eggs with some protein buns, right? So I have like a protein bagel that's like 15 grams of protein. I have 2 of them, and then I have that with 4 eggs with maybe some fat-free cheese or whatever it may be, and usually I'll have my water with it, or if I haven't finished my water by this point, or if I have, finished my water by this point, I'll have an energy drink or I'll have some coffee right before I hop on the chart. So I'll eat that as I go and look at the market. It's probably around 7:45 at this time. I've already done my first 3 things, and now I'm able to eat a high protein meal that's going to allow me to, 1, be energized for the day, right? Satiated, and also thinking in a way that is going to be clear so that I can hop on the charts, right? The type of food that you put in your body is going to be directly reflected by the way that you think in your brain, right? You're not gonna have any brain fog. You're not eating a Pop-Tart before you get on the charts. And so for me, also a goal of mine is to be in shape, right? So obviously to stay in shape, you need to eat high protein meals, you need to eat low calorie meals, and you need to be in a either maintenance or deficit state to be healthy overall, depending on your goals. For me personally, right now I'm at maintenance calories around 2,500. I burn 500 calories a day, eat about 2,500 calories. My maintenance is probably like 2,000, and I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I'm probably about like maybe 12% body fat right now, and I will continue to slowly lean out as I gain more muscle, right? So for me, that's my goals that I've set. This is the Botha Momentum Protocol, and these are the things that I do every single day that allow me to be able to stay in a routine, right? Now, this entire point of this video is how this routine has helped me. Think about all the things that we just talked about in this video so far, right? Wake up every single day, 7 a.m. gives me enough time to prepare, right? I now have enough time to take actionable steps towards my goals, right? Someone who wakes up right before their shift, someone who wakes up 5 minutes before market open, completely skips all of that, okay? They skip all of those things, right? Now, for me, obviously, you guys gotta remember too, like, throughout all these things, you're also brushing your teeth, you're washing your face, you're getting ready for the day, right? Maybe you have glasses, contacts. I have contacts personally, I put those in. But these things are allowing me enough time to be able to be ready for the day and also take actionable steps towards my goals so that I can, get that done. If I do this every single day, I know for a fact that I will, 1, have manifested my goals over the course of a year. How many trading days are there in a year? I think there's about like 200 something trading days in a year, maybe like 250 trading days in a year. That means I will have written out my goals over 700 times. I will have written out what I'm grateful for over 700 times. And that's 700 more reps of me saying, okay, not only am I just saying it, thinking it, wanting it during the day, but now I'm actively writing it down every single day that I trade. And you can even do this on the weekends too. I'm just including trading days, but you can do this on the weekends as well. And I think I do plan to do that for myself, just to keep myself in that routine. But that is kind of the way that you become a successful person, is you do the right things that are going to align you and set you up to achieve the goals that you want and that you've set for yourself. So that for me is a super helpful routine, and that is one of the biggest things that has been a pillar for me in my life to be able to achieve all the things that I have. Even back when I was, trading in my closet at my mom's house, I was still waking up at the same exact time, right? On the times where I was locked in on my routine, I made a lot more progress towards my goals than the times where I was waking up whenever I wanted, staying out late the night before, maybe, drinking during like a weekday. Personally, I don't really drink that often, so that's not an issue for me, but I know some of you guys out there probably, you like to drink on like maybe a Thursday if you're in college, or, you mess around. Those things are just setting you back, okay? Every single day, wake up at the same time, eat the same meal, write the same goals, and then I guarantee you will move a lot quicker towards your end goal. You'll be clear-minded when you do things like drink enough water, when you take your supplements, when you go and you eat the right foods. These are all things that have nothing to do with trading, but that all bring you closer to that end goal of becoming a profitable, disciplined trader. Because what happens? Outside of the charts, if I'm just a fat chud, then realistically, I'm gonna be, literally not even realistically, scientifically, I'm going to be a more emotional person, I'm going to be less clear-minded, and I'm going to be less capable of achieving the goals that I've set for myself. So get into a routine where you're clean, where you're eating clean, you have a clear mind, and you're able to do the same exact thing and manifest. I hate the word manifest, but actually say the things out that you want, write the things out that you want, and then act on them, right? Because manifestation is just, oh, I want to do blah, blah, blah. No, you are going to actually take actionable steps that move the needle closer towards your goal. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys can take this BMP, Botha Momentum Protocol, and apply it to your life. This is something that I talk about with all my inner circle students, all my one-on-one students. This is the first time I've kind of said it publicly to YouTube for free. This is something that I'm implementing really, really heavily right now within my community, because it does help every single person, right? You're not just a trader. You want to become a disciplined person and someone who makes money no matter what they do, right? Think about it. Why would I want to just be a trader? Why wouldn't I just want to be a successful person in general? What is the #1 trait of a successful person? Routine, discipline, schedule. That's how you become successful. So hopefully this helped you guys. Like I said, if you want to learn how to trade from me, or if you want to learn more about some of these stuff that I talked about in this video, I talk about it all the time with my Inner Circle group mentorship and my one-on-one mentorship. I'm not here to sell you anything, but if you did buy it, you would make a lot more money. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I love you all. Click the link in my bio, and peace out.